Good evening. So you're gonna be having your stage 5 full stage revision, right? Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
Cool. All right. So let's start with this question. Do you prefer chatting with your friends on the phone or online? Do you prefer chatting with your friends on the phone or online? I prefer
chatting
with my
my
friends.
friends online
Why? Why? Because it's more
because
convenient.
it's more convenient.
How often do you go online to look at your email? How often do you go online to look at your email? I go online
about every day
every day to look at my
to
email.
look at my email.
Do you notice anything different about the classroom today? Do you notice anything different about the classroom today? No, I don't
No, I
notice
don't notice
anything
anything
different
different
about the classroom
about the
today.
classroom today.
Today, yep, classroom today.
Classroom today.
What is the first thing you notice about people when you meet them for the first time? What is the first thing you notice about people when you meet them for the first time? The first thing I notice about
people
when I meet
when
them
I meet
for the
them
first
for the
time
first time
is their
is
voice.
their voice.
My voice? Okay. And yes, are most people busy on Sunday? Most people busy on Sunday? No, most people aren't busy on Sunday.
Sundays.
They're free.
They're free.
On Sunday.
On Sunday.
They're free.
They're free.
Yeah, what do we mean by a free meal? What do we mean by a free meal? By a free
By
meal,
a free meal,
we mean that
we
don't
have to pay
for it.
for it.
Do you believe that the best things in life are free? Do you believe that the best things in life are free? Yes, I believe.
Yes, I believe that
the best
the
things
best thing in life,
things
in
in
life
are free.
are free.
Yep. Let's go down. Yep. Is the book standing on the table? Is the book standing on the table? No, the book
No,
isn't.
the book isn't.
It's standing on the table. It's lying
on
the
the
table.
table.
Yep. Is it more comfortable to sleep lying down or sitting up? Is it more comfortable to sleep lying down or sitting up? It's more comfortable.
Comfortable.
Comfortable. I see. It's okay though. So comfortable. To sleep lying down.
Sleep lying down.
To sleep
lying down.
Than sitting up. Yep. Do you find it comfortable to sleep without a pillow? Do you find it comfortable to sleep without a pillow? Yes, no?
No.
I don't find it
comfortable
to sleep
without a pillow.
I find it
uncomfortable.
Yep. Do you usually go to sleep before midnight? Do you usually go to sleep before midnight? Yes, no?
No.
No, I don't usually. Go to sleep
before midnight.
Yep. Do you generally wake up early? Yes, I generally wake up early. Yep. What are the three forms of wake up? What are the forms of wake up? The three forms of wake up
are
wake up,
woke up, woken up.
Yep. What was the first thing you saw when you woke up today? What was the first thing you saw when you woke up today? The first thing I saw when I woke up today
was the ceiling.
The ceiling. Have you ever woken up too late to go to work? Have you ever woken up too late to go to work? Yes, no?
No.
No, I've never
woken up
too late
to go to work.
We do. Okay, Philippines. So proud. Come around. Okay, just kidding, guys. So what am I doing?
Huh?
You're putting your pen through the
buttonhole
in your shirt. Another. When you look through your bedroom window, what do you see? When you look through your bedroom window, what do you see? When I look
through
my
bedroom window,
I see
garage.
I see. Okay. If you went from London to Rome, which cities would you perhaps have to go through? If you went from London to Rome, which cities would you perhaps have to go through? If I went
from London
to Rome, I would perhaps have to go through Paris,
Milan,
etc. Yep. Would you like a career in the army? Yes, no?
No.
I wouldn't like a career in the
army.
Yep. Yeah. In the army.
In the army.
In the army. Yep. What's this? It's a cross. Yeah. When a teacher puts a cross next to an answer in a written test, what does it mean? When a teacher puts a cross next to an answer in a written test, what does it mean? When a teacher puts a cross next to an answer in a written test, it means the answer
is wrong.
Are there any crossroads at the end of the street where you live? Yes, no? Yes, there are some
crossroads
at the end
of
the
street
where I live. Yep. What color do we use for danger? What color do we use for danger? We use red.
We use red
for danger.
For danger.
Yep. For danger.
For danger.
You look. Is it dangerous to drive after drinking alcohol? Is it dangerous to drive after drinking alcohol? Yes, it's dangerous to drive after drinking
alcohol.
Would you like to live dangerously like a detective, Mio? Somebody like Sherlock Holmes, for example. Would you like to live dangerously like a detective? Somebody like Sherlock Holmes, for example. Yes, no?
No.
No, I wouldn't like to live dangerously like a detective. Somebody like Sherlock
Holmes.
Yep. Holmes. No, Holmes. Yep. What's the difference between these two sentences? I must study and I should study. What's the difference between these two sentences? I must study and I should study. The difference
between
those two sentences is that I must study means that I have no alternatives. Whereas I should study means I have alternatives. But that studying is the right thing for me to do. Yep. How do we translate I must study? In Japanese, how do you translate I must study? We translate what? I must study with
勉強しなければならない。
Another is how do you translate I should study and how do we translate I should study? We translate I should study with
勉強した方がいい。
そうだよ。Another, so do you think people should be more polite in shops or in the shops and streets? Do you think people should be more polite in the shops and streets? Yes, I think people should be more polite in the shops and streets. Yep. Do you agree that students should study hard? Do you agree that students should study hard? Yes, I agree.
Yes, I agree.
That student
should study hard.
Do you agree that young people should help the old? Do you agree that young people should help the old? Yes, I agree
that.
Young people should help the old. What should we do when somebody is dangerously ill? What should we do when somebody is dangerously ill? When somebody is dangerously ill, we should immediately call an ambulance. Another. What do you think you should do if you want to make a lot of money? What do you think you should do if you want to make a lot of money? If you want to make a lot of money, I think you should
work harder.
That's correct. So, do you correct your dictations during the lesson? Do you correct your dictations during the lesson? No, I don't correct my dictations during the lesson. I correct them after the lesson. Yep. In a Callan method lesson, does the teacher correct your grammatical mistakes? In a Callan method lesson, does the teacher correct your grammatical mistakes? Yes. In a Callan method lesson, the teacher corrects my grammatical mistakes. Yeah. Another, how can we correct our mistakes in our pronunciation? How can we correct our mistakes in our pronunciation? We can correct our mistakes in our pronunciation. By listening and speaking as much as possible. If you have a problem with a colleague at work, should you speak to your boss about it? If you have a problem with a colleague at work, should you speak to your boss about it? Yes, if I have a problem with a colleague at work, I should speak to my boss about it. Yep. Can smoking cause health problems? Yes, smoking can cause health problems. Health problems. Yep. In history, have many people died for the causes of freedom and justice? In history, have many people died for the causes of freedom and justice? Yes, in history. Many people have died for the causes of freedom and justice. Yes, it's justice. Yep. As we have now studied about 1,000 words and a lot of the grammar, can you hold a simple conversation in English? As we have now studied about 1,000 words and a lot of the grammar, can you hold a simple conversation in English? Yes. As we have now studied about 1,000 words and a lot of the grammar and a lot of the grammar, I can hold a simple conversation in English?
In English.
As you are not tall enough me to reach the ceiling, what would you have to do if you wanted to reach it? As you are not tall enough to reach the ceiling, what would you have to do if you wanted to reach it? As I am not tall enough to reach the ceiling, I would have to put the chair on the table and stand on the chair if I wanted to reach it. Yep. Give me a sentence with that is in it, please. Give me a sentence with that is in it. Everybody loves that film. That is everybody I've spoken to. Yeah, we will go to the cinema this evening.
We will go to the cinema this evening.
That is if we have
enough money.
Yep. Have you ever broken any of the bones in your body? Have you ever broken any of the bones of your body? Yes, no?
No.
No? I've never broken any of the bones in my body. So safe. No when and how. Again, another say, what's the plural of life? What's the plural of life? The plural of life is lives. Do you think the lives of the poor are happier than those of the rich? Do you think the lives of the poor are happier than those of the rich? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, I think the lives of the poor are happier than those of not happier than those of the rich. The rich, yes. Make a sentence with the word although in it, please. Make a sentence with the word although in it. Although the food was not very nice, I ate it because I was hungry. Yep. Although you are not able to hold simple conversation in English, Miu, do you think you should keep studying? Although you are not able to hold a simple conversation in English, do you think you should keep studying? Yes. Although I'm now able to hold a simple conversation in English, I think I should keep studying. Studying, yeah. Are some people always happy although they have problems in their lives? Are some people always happy although they have problems in their lives? Yes, some people are always happy although they have problems in their lives. Yep. Is there a restaurant near there that cooks tasty food? Is there a restaurant near there that cooks tasty food? Yes, no? Yes, there is a restaurant.
There's a restaurant.
Not less, restaurant near here that cooks tasty food. Is it difficult to cook pasta? Is it difficult to cook pasta? No, it isn't difficult.
It isn't difficult
to cook pasta.
To cook pasta.
To cook pasta. It's easy.
It's easy.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, another. Are you a good cook? Yes, no?
Maybe, yes.
Okay, yes, I'm a good cook.
I'm a good cook.
Do you think that all the countries of the world should be independent? Do you think that all the countries of the world should be independent? Yes, no?
No.
No, I don't think that all the countries of the world should be independent. Do many European languages have their origins in Latin? Yes, many European languages have their origins in Latin. Yep. So why don't you take this book home with you after the lesson? Okay? Why don't you take this book home with you after the lesson? I don't take that book home with me after the lesson. Because it doesn't belong to me. Who does this pen belong to? That pen belongs to you. That pen belongs to you. That pen belongs to you. If a factory belonged to you, Miu, do you think you would be able to make a lot of money? If a factory belonged to you, do you think you would be able to make a lot of money? Yes, if a factory belonged to me, I think I would be able to make a lot of money. What can we use instead of would be able in conditional sentences? We can use could instead of would be able in conditional sentences. Yep. Give an example, please. If I was a bird, I could fly. Another. So now I'm going to ask you some questions with could and me. I want you to answer with would be able, okay, and vice versa. Are you ready? Good. You're no?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so if you're very, very tall, could you touch the ceiling? If you're very tall, could you touch the ceiling? Yes, if I were very tall, I would be able to touch it. The ceiling.
The ceiling.
Not touch it, touch the ceiling.
Touch the ceiling.
shortcut. Another. So if you were a doctor, would you be able to help people who were ill? If you were a doctor, would you be able to help people who were ill? Yes, if I were a
doctor,
I could help people who were
ill.
If you were as strong as a horse, could you lift a man above your head with only one hand? If you were as strong as a horse, could you lift a man above your head with only one hand? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, if I was as strong as a horse, I would be able to lift
a man
above my head. Above my head. With only one hand. Yeah. What did you say? Yes or no? It was like, oh my gosh, I cannot have a horse anymore. Like another. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You're going to throw your pen at the window. At the window. Yep. Do you think you could throw a stone further than I can? Do you think you could throw a stone further than I can? Yes, no. Yes, I think.
Yes, I think.
Yes, I think. Yes, I think.
Yes, I think.
I could throw a stone.
Throw a stone.
Not stone. Stone.
Stone.
Further than
you can.
Is Napoleon alive? Is Napoleon alive? No, Napoleon
isn't alive.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Yep. This time I'm gonna be dropping my pen. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're dropping your pen on the table. What's my pen doing? What's my pen doing? Your pen's dropping on the table. Slow-mo, right? What would happen if I dropped a glass on the floor? What would happen if I drop a glass on the floor? If you drop a glass on the floor, it would break.
It would break.
Blake? Yeah. Mama will break, okay? It would break.
It would break.
Yep. Yeah, what is the longest time you've ever gone without drinking a drop of water? What's the longest time you've ever gone without drinking a drop of water? The longest time I've ever gone I've ever gone without drinking
a drop of water is about 10 hours.
How long? 10 hours. So what happened to President Kennedy? What happened to President Kennedy? President Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. Three. Yeah, 1963.
1963.
Did anything unusual happen to you yesterday? Did anything unusual happen to you yesterday? Yes, no?
No.
No, nothing unusual.
Nothing unusual.
Nothing unusual.
Nothing unusual
happened to me
yesterday.
Is it usual for people in your country to eat hot food for breakfast? Is it usual for people in your country to eat hot food for breakfast? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, it's usual for people in my country to eat hot food for breakfast. Is it unusual for children to find coffee tasty? Is it unusual for children to find coffee tasty? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, it's unusual for children. Not unusual. Unusual for children to find coffee tasty. To find coffee tasty. Tasty. That's correct. What is the difference between still and yet? What's the difference between still and yet? The difference between still and yet is that we use still for something that's in progress. That's in progress at the moment. Whereas we use yet for something that has not begun or begun or happened. We generally use still. Generally use still. January, February. We generally use still in positive sentences. Whereas we generally use yet. In questions and negative sentences. Give me some examples, please. Give me some examples, please. It's still winter.
It's still winter.
It isn't spring yet.
It isn't spring yet.
Yep. Miu, has the lesson finished yet? Has the lesson finished yet? No, the lesson hasn't finished yet. Finished yet. It's still in progress.
It's in progress.
It's still in progress.
It's still in progress.
Have you finished speaking yet? Have you finished speaking yet? No, we haven't
finished speaking yet.
We're still speaking.
We're still speaking.
Yeah, for those other questions that we're going to be having later, maybe the next lesson, right? So thank you so much for having my lesson today. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.